Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. The Lakers have finally broken their 4-game losing streak after, struggling for these past couple of games due to LeBron James getting an injury with his high ankle sprain. After that, the Lakers started to lose a couple of games after that, and it all had to do with just not having their top superstars on their team. And there's been times that the Lakers could have won a couple of games, but due to the circumstances, it just did not work out. But winning against the Cleveland Cavaliers is just another perk for the Lakers to get this win. It was an obvious win. The Cleveland Cavaliers are, basically one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. So it was just logical that the Lakers got this win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. But when it's all said and done, the key player that really stepped up for the Lakers tonight was Montrezl Harrell, who had 24 points. He was just monstrous in tonight's game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he just stepped up for the Lakers, and he has been since LeBron suffered that injury. And, he's just been stepping up for the Lakers ever since. And I just hope he keeps that mindset, going into these games moving forward until once LeBron and Anthony Davis returns. And, still remains to be seen about the buyout market with the Andre Drummond situation. And I believe there's another roster spot open that the Lakers could potentially fill in, but still remains to be seen if they will go after a 3-and-D type of player or maybe a guard, but still remains to be seen about that. But, great job out there for Montrezl Harrell. He led the Lakers tonight with 24 points. But we have to give some credit out there for the rest of the Lakers squad. Dennis Schroeder had 17 points out there tonight, and I believe he had 4 steals. So he had a great performance in the starting lineup for the Los Angeles Lakers. So great job for his participation out there tonight. Great job on his end. When it comes to, Markieff Morris, he had 13 points and 5 rebounds. KCP, he had, I believe, 7 points, but I had to give him a lot of credit out there tonight. He did play very well defensively, which he is well known for throughout his career. He is a great defensive player when it's all said and done for a guy in his position. So even though he does, on occasion, does do some scoring here and there, but his best ability has always been his defensive side. But it is what it is. We don't want to give him we have to give him a credit out there for playing very well when it comes to defensively. So great job for KCP. When it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, THT. Guys, I said this in my last video when it came down to KCP, and his future is very bright when it comes to his career. He averaged 15 points. This is a rising star in the making. What we witnessed in the preseasons and, for these past couple of games where he's been averaging around like 15 to, I believe, 17 points a game. Frank Vogel is really using him and, obviously giving him more minutes due to the circumstances of LeBron James being out. So we're just seeing the best out of him. And, he's just been stepping up for the Lakers as of late. And, hopefully he just keeps that momentum and, uses this opportunity to just, build his opportunity to just, build more of a better rotation, possibly next season, and maybe he will be part of the Lakers, bench rotation. He could potentially get more minutes for these next couple of games if he just continues this strive that he's in right now. So great job out there for THT. When it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, there was some participation when it came to defensively from, I guess Marc Gasol, but, other than that, the Lakers, they just they just had to get this win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, it was just an obvious potential win that they had to get under their belt. And I'm glad that they broke that 4-game losing streak. I didn't want this losing streak to continue on. And, at the end of the day, they just went out and played solid basketball. And, I had to refer to Trez on this part because, he really stepped up for the Lakers and really led them the way, and alongside Dennis Schroeder. So when it's all said and done, and I forgot to mention Kyle Kuzma in this particular sense. Sure, he averaged 4 points, but he did manage to give the Lakers 8 rebounds and 7 assists. So his participation when it comes to rebounding wise has always been a huge help to the Lakers for these past couple of games that he's in when it comes to grabbing those rebounds and, being a huge help when it comes to being a playmaker for the Lakers as well. And, even though scoring wise, it's not really there, he can also help the Lakers in other ways as well. And he's been really helping the Lakers when it comes to rebounding wise. So great job on his end. But other than that, it was just a win for the Lakers that had to happen, and I'm so glad that they got this win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. And when it's all said and done, I mean the Lakers have an opportunity to potentially win some games here and there, even without LeBron James, because as we all know, LeBron is going to be out for at least 3 to 6 weeks. So technically a month. So the idea of him coming back 100%, possibly during the playoffs, will work huge wonders for the Lakers moving forward. And if anything, the Lakers, they can try to win a couple of games here and there. And if they do fall out of the seats that they're in right now, they could potentially land around maybe the 5th, maybe the 6th seed, but it still remains to be seen about that. And that's why, I encourage, the Lakers to potentially look at the buyout market and work their butt off when it comes to, looking to potentially sign players like, Andre Drummond, maybe Avery Bradley. There's a lot of potential players that the Lakers could look at the buyout market to improve their roster, to basically, just help out the Lakers in this situation that they're in, but at the same time can be a huge help when it comes to LeBron James and Anthony Davis when it comes to playoff time. So they just have to look at their options and see who will be the best fit for the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm going to make a video about the Lakers' top potential targets when it comes to buyout contenders. Obviously, we already know the top contender, and that is Andre Drummond, but still remains to be seen about his situation if he is potentially going to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. But he did meet with the Boston Celtics today on Friday, so he still has a couple of teams on his list to go meet. One of them is I believe the New York Knicks, the Charlotte Hornets, and it might be Brooklyn Nets as well. And also on that list is the Los Angeles Lakers. And like I mentioned, he already met with the Boston Celtics. So there's a lot of scenarios that could happen when it comes to the buyout market that the Lakers could look at. Andre Drummond is on that list. Avery Bradley is a potential interest for the Lakers. Jeff Teagues, but he's only showing a lot of interest when it comes to the Bucks, and I might be mistaken. I think it's the Charlotte Hornets, but I might be mistaken. But they're looking at that sort of opportunities. They're looking for a 3-and-D type of player, and also they're looking for a guard. But the top priority is a center. But if that something does happen when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers and their interest in certain players if they potentially sign a player. Make no mistake, I will deliver you all everything that goes down when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers and the buyout situation on this channel and all my social media sites. If you guys just show me the love and support for my channel, I really do appreciate it. And like all of my social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll let you guys know about everything that goes down when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. And just real quick, guys, I really want to know your thoughts about the Lakers win against the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Who do you really think stepped up out there? Was it Trez? Was it Dennis Schroeder? Maybe, I don't know, a silent player. Maybe it was THT, who helped out the Lakers, in the second half, or was it somebody else that I didn't mention that really helped out? Maybe Marquise Morris. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios that the Lakers, found a way to win tonight. I really want to know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.